Okay, I fixed it.
But oh yeah, that look. You see, Claudia said noted. That was right after he was like him. He was like, I want to be Raj, and he was like him. And then Claudia looked
Yeah,
up at him, and then she looked down. Like I swear, she said in her head, "Got it, understood."
because she was like, he petty enough. That's gonna come back. He's gonna
Hmm.
have to come back and say something about that. He ain't gonna let that go.
Yeah,
That's what she. I
that
guess
was
that's
what
what
she
she was
chose.
saying.
Yeah, that's what she chose him to be the one that she was going to feed that elixir to with all that
I mean,
arsenic and stuff in it.
this whole episode, Claudia is just like so deadpan and calculated. I'm like, I just feel like, Lestat, how you don't notice it? But I guess that's how she has been the whole. I
Yeah, she's
mean,
keeping it even. She was like that from the time she came back from college.
she's just so I love. I don't like Claudia. But I do love her portrayal of Claudia. I do
Hmm.
like it. She did it well to the point where I just don't like her. But
Right.
I
That's the
also
thing. I
can't
want
blame.
you so bad. Like I want Claudia and
Yeah,
Louis to have a happily ever after, but we obviously see who's in the building and who's not right now talking to Daniel.
yeah. Like what's gonna happen to Claudia?
Oh, I think I really think Lestat's gonna kill Claudia, especially now. Oh, he's
Is
gonna
he
fillet
gonna?
her. He's gonna take his time. It's gonna be gruesome.
Oh, this is the part with the drawings.
Oh yes, it is. So that's Claudia's
Oh,
drawing. He just flipped right through, and this is Louis. Keep in mind, Louis added a wig. Louis fully added a wig, and it was giving.
yeah,
Now
he did.
this, pause it, pause it, pause it, pause it, girl. Go back a
Okay,
little bit. This is everything. The
this
head.
this one right here.
Yes, the head cocked to the side a little bit. Look at these little pieces on the wig hanging down in front,
I think the
arms.
real one ended up being better for me.
What?
I
That
love
wig was
the little
not
dress,
it.
the frame, not the wig, the dress actual part was I liked it better.
Okay, let me look at it in person again. But I like the way like how big this was. It opened up in the front like he did in the real one. But did he ever actually have the flower crown though in the actual
I
ball?
I think he did. I think the colors were different, which was strange to me because here these colors are just kind of like tea stain colors. I
Yeah,
don't
because
know what the deal
I don't
was.
really feel like they can make gold
Yeah, and they
for these
pinks and
drawings.
reds. I don't. I think this may just been a tea stain coloring, maybe.
Hmm.
Because I feel like those were not the colors that ended up being. It was like white,
Yeah, I think these
right?
were definitely preliminary
Yeah, it was
before.
like gold decorations. So I feel
Yeah.
like maybe that's why it was just supposed to be like accurate to the time that you
But
can't
it's
really
the
do color,
attitude
maybe.
in that drawing. It was the little tease of the hair, the little
Well,
pieces and everything. It was giving me
that
drag.
person looked agreeable. That's not even a stats personality to just smile and coyly just be on the side. Not look sad giving us whoever directed this. I've been talking about the female gaze and the male gaze
Hmm.
lately, and this is female gaze right here. Let's get serving us arms. Like it's just
Yeah, that was
and
in
why
my
they never
notes
put that
too.
girl in her own room? Why
I
she
don't
never got
know.
home?
She really need to be because that's awkward. But I put that in my notes too. I was like, I really miss the days of Louis and Lestat's relationship where I genuinely like loved it. Like didn't have no
Yes,
problems with it.
yes, like episode 1 and 2, basically, or
Yeah, because
maybe
that
one, two,
scene right there
three.
alone, like that's some shit that like that's flashbacks to some moments. You know what I'm saying? Like in the bathtub, you know
Oh,
your person come in there and they get in there with you and everything. It was too cute.
it's so sad because you're watching this, and I'm like, all of that's probably having the best days of his life right now.
And
But
it's
to
all a
know
scheme.
that, yeah, but to know this whole time that he knows that that's the only reason he's getting this treatment is also tragic.
Like look
Because
at
I
him
really,
now.
this is like all he wanted all along.
Look at the whole world thinking Lestat's a monster, and me and you are like, but y'all don't get him.
I'm just no, I don't think the whole world. I'm like, but it's frustrated because it's like, well, this is all he wanted all along. Look how happy he also bittersweet for him. So we never get to see him like truly just be, happy, get what he really wants. Because the only time he's gotten kind of what he wants is when they're plotting to kill him. And he's aware of it the whole time, but he's just loving it so much that he's like, I'm gonna go along with it. Like, he really could have just left. I mean, I guess he enjoys the game and the thrill of it, but at the same time, okay, so this is the dress. Yeah, it's white.
But it's just not giving. Not
The wig is smaller.
And not compared.
See, I like that piece.
Yeah.
I like that bodice, actually.
Yeah, I do too.
I really like the bodice.
I think they just can't get that type of, they can't really reflect that in drawings like that.
Yeah, because he has the feathers.
Yeah. Does he have the feather crown thing on? Yes, he does. Yeah, I couldn't tell.
I think the hair is just smaller, but no, he didn't have a crown on in the thing, did he?
I think it was not like a crown, but it was some kind of flower head piece is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that baby part was crazy. Everybody was like, girl.
These two shut it down. Louis,
she looks
eyes, that mask, that hair. Look at the little swoop, that ponytail that was all curled.
Louis was definitely tapping into his inner stunt queen, which we know is there. Because this whole interview with Daniel has been a stunt queen moment for Louis. I hate it. That he thinks he's so much better than Lestat, and he's not. Yeah,
but she just looks so gorgeous. Yeah, and now that you mention it, this is fully a callback to that Kirsten Dunst version. It gotta be.
Yes.
Because like
that wig is so nice.
It's good. I like her Mardi Gras mask. I like that one the best.
Her dress, everything. This is like the most grown up she's like. Look, she just looks so good. I mean, and I love this side ponytail.
So good. It's everything. Louis looks so good.
Oh my god.
Looking at him through that, like he would have got me at any time during this ball. Looking at him through that mask, them eyes.
Yes.
Too much. But look at it. I'm sorry. It's giving me Dusty. It's giving me.
I mean, he's definitely giving King Louis. Like he's definitely giving. This is what the kings French like with the blush and everything. That's how they look. So, but he looks so much better. Take the hair off and just have ponytail Lestat for me.
Even the little curl at the top is sad. Look at it, struggling.
It's like it didn't quite make it. But it's funny seeing his old, flings. Like they're older now. They're older women.
Like, look at her proud. She was like, my husband was giving the sermon while he was fellatioing me.
Well, I mean, it's a little sad.
You go Sean and Cody again.
I love that coat, though. I mean, his outfit is nice. I just think the wig, it's just like, how can you make Sam Reed look less attractive? Put this ugly, dusty-ass wig on him. It's not giving.
That bad blush.
It's the eyeliner.
Yeah, maybe. That we got there ain't no drag queens in the 19.
I mean, this is classic French couture, though. This is what they look like.
Yeah.
So it's accurate. It's just not. I don't know.
Although, is that lace accurate?
He said, "Is that lace?
Is that lace accurate?"
I don't see his lace.
I don't think hoes had lace like because there was a point when
Louis hard like they didn't have lace.
Louis was like this in the camera, and you could clearly see his. And I'm like, I don't know if that's accurate. I don't think they had. I think they had hard fronts.
I mean, but to me, because I'm the same way when it comes to my wigs. Like it's a wig, girl. Like
ooh, I'm getting ready to.
For me,
can you pause it here? Oh well, no. Is that
right here?
Yeah, right here. Oh, damn it. But I think it was a little before that, but you can clearly see that lace right against the forehead with the makeup on it. I
mean, I can kind of see it on Lestat a little bit, but I'm like, girl, it's a wig. Actually, Louis wig a little pluck in the front. Somebody did a little plucking in the front. Look at it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
They wasn't plucking wigs back then. It was hard.
I don't know. I guess it's like it's wig etiquette, but I'm kind of like Doja that way too. Like, girl, it's a wig. You can see this lace. It's a wig. I don't know. I feel like if there's trying to be the illusion of it being your hair, then there's the whole thing. But I was like, if it's a wig for the sake of wiggetry, like a little lace.
Now this character, up until this fag comment, I've really enjoyed him this whole series. He was an undercover star for me too this whole series because I like how abrupt he was. I like his witty comments. Like
and he always had a clapback too. He always
Always,
had clapbacks. Yeah.
always. But he was at the same time still trying them, but respectful to it. Felt at the same time, like he always, I feel like, understood the power that Louis had,
Yeah.
and for
He
some
kind
reason,
of just like, what's the secret?
yeah, and for some reason, this, I guess, 10 years later, I didn't realize how aggressive he was towards them.
I guess. And then also, like, as you get older, as more time passes and they're not aging, you're going to obviously be like, okay. Like, I thought something was going on, but I've had 10 years to watch you not age a day.
Right.
So at this point, it's like, okay, what is it? Not this
Shoot,
lady with
more
this
than that.
cherry hat in the back.
Hmm.
It's cute. This lady with that cherry hat in the back. It was cute. Oh, this scene right here.
Yeah,
This
this
scene
is.
almost got me.
It got me on the second time. The first time it was like, oh, this
It
is
did.
cute, but then the extra nuance to it had me a little bit choked up a little bit.
I don't know. Maybe it's the mask. Maybe if Lestat had a mask on, it would have looked better. Because Louis without the mask, I mean, it's not giving as much.
Yeah, you're right.
Know.
It's the mysterious, it's the tuxedo mask of it all.
And how it frames his eyes. It was really nice.
Definitely how it frames, because that's what got me. Them eyes. I didn't realize how beautiful they were until he had that mask on.
I noticed it more in his modern version. His eyes more. Because I guess because he has on all the black and stuff like this. But yeah, this is sad. This is like Lestat being like, I know I'm about to die tonight. Do you think he thought he would get out of it?
I feel like Lestat always, like, in this moment, he fully knows he has the upper hand. This whole Antoinette gag is his trump card. He knows he has something in his back pocket. He's not gonna fall for it. But it's still sad that he's watching, and on top of that, he thinks, I fully feel like he thinks his only Claudia is solely Claudia, and he's, if anything, I feel like he kind of pities Lestat in this moment. He's looking at him like, she's really poisoning you against me. You can't even like have a moment with me. Like, look at him.
Yeah, he's just like looking.
Yeah, and he knows what's going on. So I feel like that's why he's not like snapping Louis' neck when he have him against his, like when Claudia and Antoinette was fighting.
Right.
He just had him up against his chest, like in a position where he was gonna, like, I guess, look like he was going to break his neck, but he was never gonna harm Louis like that. I think he just wanted to get Claudia out the picture.
He looking at him like, oh, it's so sad. Like, oh, he's just looking at him like,
you saw that heel.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is really,
look, it's so sad.
And even when he agrees to have that one more night with him, or that one more hold.
Oh, how did you feel about the dance?
Oh, the dance. That's what it was. One more dance.
Yes.
I was shocked that they actually kissed. I felt like it was gonna happen. Like, I was like, something's gonna happen. They was like, what did he say? It was something that happened so abominable on the dance floor they didn't want to record it. And I was like,
nobody talked about. Nobody talked about this part. Yeah. I mean, somebody on Twitter was like, why is nobody talking about this? I'm like, I mean, we've been seeing them together. I can say the one thing, I don't feel like they try to hide it. So for me, this was my triumphant moment in the say, like, yes, they're finally out. Like, I feel like they kind of just been doing whatever and let people think what they want to think.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they don't make out in the street or anything like that. So maybe that was a big deal, but I don't feel like either. I also don't feel like
to have it confirmed that they weren't, because the story is that they're all sisters and brothers and uncles and shit. So
yeah,
no,
but people like, they just say this is my friend. But nobody was ever buying it, really.
No. What did he say? What the man said? Your two-tone lovers, your two-tone daddies. When he was talking to Claudia,
like,
your two-tone daddies.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel like Lestat and Louis went to extreme lengths to try to hide it enough for me to feel like this was like this big triumphant moment. Like, I mean, they wasn't ducking off. Like, Lestat's not pushing Louis away on the street. Like, it was.
Well, also, we forget that for 10 years, Lestat showed up in front of that house with gifts and presents and boom boxes held over his head. So that also doesn't make anything slick or sly.
Yeah, they wasn't hiding nothing. I do like this powdered pink that they have like on in Louis' shirt.
You know what I just thought of? Have you seen Bringing Down the House with Queen Latifah?
That is a long time.
Oh my God, there's a scene where Steve Martin, like, she first shows up to the house and she's like, "Hey." And he closed the door in her face, and she's outside, and she just starts screaming in the yawn. She was in the lawn. She was like, "You don't want Kareem, little Kareem don't want your child support." Like, she was trying to just pretty much get in the
I
house
kind of
by
remember
embarrassing
that,
him.
so he'll open the door.
And now I
Why
want to
does
see
that
the
make
side by
sense?
side of Lestat as Queen Latifah and Louis in the house. Just yelling
He's
at
like trying to win him back.
I want to see that
Absolute
so
words.
bad. I can't wait till you
So
get a fan base that's like, you can just say something and then somebody just put it together. Like, somebody in the internet make
they'll
that
like
happen.
they'll know the reference. I love this scene too. The another Lestat stunt queen moment. Doing what he does best. I'm glad he took that terrible makeup off,
Thank
and
God.
we get I think Sam's like, this is not cute on me. I'll keep it on for one scene, and I'm gonna need to be back to. I totally feel like he be on set just raising hell. Like,
Louis still got his
Lestat
on.
wouldn't do that. Yeah, like Lestat wouldn't wear this shit. Like, he wouldn't do this. He would change outfits. He's definitely a mid-event outfit changer.
Definitely 2 or 3.
So
But what you think about them like just completely lying? This whole made up. I drank the water in 1903. I drank the water in 1876.
I mean, they wasn't lying. It just wasn't no water. I mean, look. This is how I like always justify like toxic behavior. Like, oh, Lestat is not a monster. Okay, he's not a monster. They weren't lying.
No, they weren't. They were lying about what it was, but they not about the dates. Because that, honestly, this is a Jenny Craig commercial. I drank the water, and I'm 31 years old. I'm actually 68. I'm actually 182.
Not this a Jenny Craig commercial. I was appreciative of them rambling off their ages, though. I definitely needed that moment. So Lestat is 180 right here.
Give me that ladle. Me. That would have been me. You telling me this is what I gotta do? Give me that ladle.
I don't know. I don't think I would. Not me saying I wouldn't take it. I would take it if Lestat offered it to me, but just as a random thing, I would not.
Yeah, I mean,
it's always the jumping on people for me. Why you gotta jump on them?
Close that gap.
Oh. I guess it's just the jumping for me.
Now this felt completely like when just ripping off Jaws for the sake of it. Is this for the plan?
This is what irritates me about Louis, and this is why you can't trust people like Louis. The people that walk around and look down on because they keep it together and they're so respectful. And I'm not extra. I'm quiet. I'm demure. And then when they finally get a chance to be themselves, they're like the most violent ones. This is why I don't fuck with people like Louis. They will always be trash to me.
God, but I love
not the
that.
bad bitch walk again.
I saw this scene from episode 1, and it did not dawn on me I haven't seen it yet.
I guess me either. I just love these moments where they're walking as a squad. I feel like it gives us the glimpse of what could have been if they would just love each other. Like them just walking around, just owning shit, running the town, like just being the bad bitches they are. It's so sad. This is like my favorite. Lestat's gonna serve you face. You can't even massacre without pizzazz. They all showing they still so like her to rip out an eyeball. Ugh. It's so like her. Lestat's gonna be extra. How does Louis kill though? Louis is the most violent out of them. I really feel like
I don't know about the most violent because Claudia does it more frequently. He's shown 2 or 3 situations where he does it. But
when he kills, there's always this rage.
Well, yeah, that's probably some underlying stuff. Underlying stuff
there.
I'm
saying. He kills a certain way. I mean, we don't get to see him kill a lot, like you said. Claudia is just in it for the kill. She likes the body parts, but I feel like Louis always. That man is gonna saunter his ass across the room. Yes, that's on my 2020.
One thing
that is my 2023 resolution is to saunter more.
Walk into the room, hips first.
Yeah, I need to saunter more.
I saved him for you. Yeah, right around here. Oh, that's what it was. How generous of you. That's where I was like, oh, well, jig is up. It wasn't the rosemary. It was that when he was like, how generous of
Yeah,
you. That was the first
when he
time
kind
I
of
was
did
like,
that walk around, pause, and he closed his eyes. I guess he's telling Antoinette. He probably talking to Antoinette there when he
I
closed
didn't
his eyes.
realize he is opening the door. I thought it was Antoinette. He's doing that with his
Oh, he
mind.
did that.
He's opening the door.
Oh, that's why he was like concentrating. I was kind of confused in that moment. Like, what is he doing? Is he talking to her or he's...
Now he's back. Yep. He opened the door for her.
I just
Look
look
at
how
him.
she looking.
Knowing that he
She
already got
played it cool here though, because she already
did.
knew. She really played along like, oh my God.
They were all acting. Like they were acting, but they were acting about acting. They were acting, they're acting, and
They were
acting.
acting about acting. They're being actors. It really...
And I love the smell of rosemary, so he would have got me.
I do too. It's really nice. I love Lestat. Y'all just not gonna convince me that he's a monster. Never. Like y'all never gonna convince me he's a monster. I don't care. Now the only thing, if he was killing kids, absolutely. But you definitely not gonna convince me that he's a monster off nothing he did to Louis. Ever. I'm sorry. Even the dropping from the heavens. I'm sorry. I'm that makes me toxic. Will. I guess.
I mean, I feel like it ain't a clean slate. I feel like there's some toxic in there.
There's always a reason, he's a showman. He's gonna give you show. So I don't know.
No,
Antoinette was not given as a vampire though. Why a tuxedo? Why she walking around in this tuxedo? What's with that? What's up with that?
Who? Because she was in disguise.
She sounded just like her when she did her impression of Claudia. He'll be there within an hour.
And I'm like, ain't you stronger than her by like 30-something years? How about you turn it around?
I guess, but not in vampire. Do you start from zero? I guess you start from zero, like as a human, yeah, but like as a vampire, no.
No. Well, I feel like when you turn a vampire, you one day old.
Yeah. So like an older vampire is gonna be much stronger than you.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, Claudia, if you don't turn your ass around, you don't overpower this girl.
You can kill him with a stake through the heart, right?
I don't think so. They didn't. That wasn't one of the list. That wasn't on the list of things. Which is also why I was confused, because arsenic and whatever the fuck wasn't on the list either of things to kill a vampire. So I was like, why wouldn't Claudia burn the body?
Well, I think she wanted to, but
but from what we saw, before we knew the whole gag of it all, I was like, why isn't Claudia talking about something? But it's different. It's never been somebody and I guess she was gonna say I loved or I knew, but
then I was like, okay, what is going on? Because she would never say that shit.
Right.
She would never say that. She absolutely hates Lestat. I don't think she thinks there's anything redeemable about him.
But this is also, look how close she is in each and every one of these. Like, of course, somebody's gonna notice.
She's terrible. But why is she wearing this terrible suit? I guess she's supposed to be inconspicuous. You wouldn't think it's Antoinette if it was a dude walking around. But I think Louis learned this after. I don't think at the time, because he said at the time they didn't really know either. They were just kind of guessing. Plan. Yeah, so they was just kind of guessing.
I love Claudia hair.
When she goes to sit down on the floor and get her little notepad, she's the worst. I mean, she definitely feels like,
have your goodbye, bad bitch. I'm sorry. I love.
She's learned from. I always. Just
I loved when she stomped this bitch out so casually. She was ow. He stomped the hell out of that Antoinette.
Did she kill her in essence?
I
Is that what
thought
he looking at, or is he just
because
panicking because of the
when
poison?
we see Antoinette's body get thrown into the fire, I feel like she
Yeah,
reacts pretty quickly. So I think the damage that we see on her body is from Claudia stomping her out
Claudia. Like
because she
she's
got
pretty
skin
much, yeah,
missing and
he's
all that type of stuff.
okay, yeah, because he's thinking dead at this point.
Mm.
This did make me a little emotional, and that's why I really was hoping that they were rolling to what really happened, because you could see it here that there's gonna be this outburst of emotion here. But they didn't show it. And I just looking at this, I just knew. I was like, oh my God, I'm about to lose and I'm about to cry because it's so sad. And the music they play here, which I love, that whatever that song is from the original soundtrack, it's the tragic song, I call it.
I didn't think he was gonna do it though. I thought Claudia would have to come in. I thought she was gonna have to finish it.
He
I did not
didn't do it.
well hurt him at all. Like he just slit his throat or something. I was like, this ain't enough. Claudia, come in here and do your job.
And that's what I was like. What is this sorry ass throat
Speaking
slit?
of, Louis tickled me because he said during the ball part, and I took note on this too, because it tickled me that he kind of read himself. He said, where is it at?
What he say?
I was trying to find a quote in my notes. If you want to say Louis wig, blah blah blah.
Put me in my
Oh yeah. So while they were dancing, Louis said it was my sole duty to distract Lestat, and he was talking about how he was weak and everything. And I was like, that is a very pretty way of saying you had one job.
You had one job.
He said himself, it was my sole duty. So you had one job to distract Lestat,
to keep him distracted. Well, that's why I was like, he couldn't fake it. He couldn't meet him there in reality. He couldn't, like, he's terrible.
And that's why Claudia was even more badass and cunning to know that Antoinette was there the whole time. Oh, we see her finger wasn't there no more. So yeah, she must have got turned after that.
I like this picture of her dragging the person to the incinerator. It's like the same shot as when Lestat was dragging Louis. It was shot the same way.
But did you see it? You saw her face though?
Yeah.
It was like her nose was almost missing and stuff. Claudia stomped the shit out of her.
Yes, there wasn't no regular stomp. I mean, I guess she just felt like I have to protect Louis. I don't think Claudia loves Louis in any other way besides I have to protect him. He's like my brother.
I think it's like a brotherly love. I think she does love Louis.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think she just loves him to the point she's like, she said, that's my brother. Like, I have to be his sister now. And she has to be his protector because he clearly is.
Look at this whole bullshit right here. This garbage. This doo-doo scene.
I don't know if I can.
This bullshit. Ooh, he dead.
He down bad though. he's down bad. We know they can come back from worse.
Yeah.
I mean, and Louis knows that too, which is once again why you said full shit, bro. You got dropped from the sky.
I really do hope he is being like some kind of mind controlled or something, because if this is legit him just recoloring these events, like I am full on the Louis hate train. I do not enjoy him.
Could you imagine waking up in the dumpster though? Like, I feel like I'm holding a grudge even from that. Bitch, you threw me out like trash.
Right.
You couldn't even finish me off.
Right. That's why I mean, if y'all want some theories, I'm telling you, Lestat is gonna barbecue Claudia. He's gonna tie her up. He's gonna slowly peel her skin off until she's a naked husk. And he's gonna pour lemon juice on her and prick her with safety pins.
Is he gonna be the one to kill her?
I think so.
She didn't see this part here. I mean, maybe some of the pages that were like removed a certain way.
Yeah, that's an X-Acto knife. That ain't no ripped out.
There's a feeling that she hated your guts there for a while.
Mm-hmm. And why? Go ahead and tell them why, Louis.
And even hold on, in this part right here is where I start thinking something's off too, because the language, and it's like
when you're talking about the murder.
Armand is giving like, I don't like you to talk about your ex because he was the love of your life. Like I came after, and I'm always trying to compete with them. You ever dated somebody and like maybe you had this ex who was like away, and they kind of, it makes them insecure about it. And so like there's always this energy of like trying to one up that person or diminish them, or we don't talk about them. We don't talk about Bruno energy. Like it's given like Armand is giving him the script because he said, I had just killed my brother. Your brother? Your brother?
He's talking about Lestat?
Yeah, he was talking about Lestat.
No, I think he was talking about Paul. Because he talking about,
was he talking about Paul?
Yeah, he was talking about the killing my brother. Then he said the abandonment of my sister, and I think he meant his actual sister.
That's what I was just like, okay, because I was going to say, I know you didn't say Lestat was like a brother, because I know they was calling each other brothers and sisters.
But I mean, I'm still getting some of what you're saying from the murder portion when he was.
Oh yeah, like even all of it. It just came
yeah.
in the way of like, I'm not gonna say, I'm gonna stunt down like how I really was crying and weeping over this man because my now new boyfriend feels a way about me talking about my ex-boyfriend. And every time I try to say anything redeeming about my ex-boyfriend who maybe abused me, he wants to remind me about how terrible he was. It's like he was terrible. But damn, bitch, all I said was he made some good cookies one time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to run off and be with this man. I just say he makes good cookies. Okay, but he was also an abuser and he beat your ass. Okay, girl. Like, it's kind of giving that energy. Like, right. Armand cannot stand hearing about Lestat at all. That's all.
It was an act of mercy.
Oh, I love this. Yes. Thank you. You set him free.
You were shot point blank by an alderman and dropped 1,000 feet and survived.
Just to make sure. This is trash go, Louis. Somebody on Twitter said they think Daniel's gonna save Louis, and I don't know what that means.
Daniel's gonna save Louis from Armand?
I didn't look no farther than that. But if Armand has something going on, like Daniel's like, you're full of shit, Louis. Like,
they take the trash. I was waiting for some profound thing, but I was like, oh yeah, duh, they take it to the dump. Yeah. So what's next? And I was like, oh
that's
yeah.
what I was waiting on. Like, and are you gonna say you own the dump? I was gonna be
right.
And you own the dump.
Oh my God, this is Louis. He's about to take his face off. I mean, this is Lestat.
Right. Is it right?
Oh, and even when this happened, I was like, Bree, did we even really just see his arm pull it up, or is this them faking the scene again? Like, I was like,
no, I think well, this is an imagination, right?
So I'm like, I don't know.
I would
we can't just take what we see anymore.
But I would think that that's like an imagination of what happened, right? Because like technically, I mean, if we want to stay technical, actually right now we're not in.
Oh, go ahead.
No, like I'm like, wait, right now we're not in a perspective of Louis, but that could just be the thought, like, oh, that's what it looks like.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Or they could have just picked up and showed us what really happened, but like I
think that's what happened now, actually. Because in this scene, we're out of the perspective of Louis right now. Like we're not in Louis' perspective because they're like talking. So this isn't Louis narrating. He's not narrating that part. So I think that's actually what happened. If that makes sense.
And he allowed it. That's why Claudia. Yeah, I would have felt the same way. The way he said Claudia doesn't seem to really like you for a couple of years. Like absolutely, that would have been me moving forward. Because
maybe she never ended up liking him. She might have died before she ever got the chance to really like him again.
Maybe. And I would honestly, wouldn't be mad at her because literally, like, this is the one time we have to get this done. We never gonna be able to get this man in this predicament, in this situation, to be able to kill him like we are now. And you were all for it. You was all for it. You ain't said not one thing about me planning it. All this work I've been doing, we finally get to a head. It finally is here, and you don't want to finish.
Not me braiding my hair on camera. Sorry. I couldn't help it. I need to. I gotta finish.
No,
But
see,
yes,
look at,
I agree.
and I would have enjoyed seeing that scene a lot more naturally occurring. This would have got me so emotional, but now I'm seeing it broken up in pieces and
I know
watching.
I really wanted to see him weeping over the body because I knew that happened. But I feel like this is like also giving us, let's see, you don't need a memoir. So yeah, he's
Mm.
saying like, okay, see, he's like, you seem like you went through PTSD. Like that was what I was talking about. 10 million is my whore number. I love that.
Oh yeah, that's. I was like, oh shit, he taking out the contacts.
Why is he getting so pissed?
Well, so he actually looked like he was defending Louis in that moment when he was coming
Yeah.
for him. So I feel like the part of me feels like he could be a Lestat. He really probably genuinely is in love with Louis, but they are his plaything. Louis is Lestat and
Oh,
Armand's
like he
plaything.
just like he no, Louis just doing his Louis thing, like being a damsel in distress and getting everybody to do the dirty work and pimping
Yeah,
them out. And Armand's probably no different. He's like, oh, I gotta protect him from himself. Louis really the abuser. That's like, hey, he can't be by himself. I have to protect him from himself. No, you don't. Louis trash. And
I want to.
Armand's older than him. So I feel like, okay. Or Louis just got some good D. I don't know.
I mean, possibly.
And
It's
I
been
didn't
so many
understand
years
what
in
this
Game of
was.
Thrones not
Like,
using
what's
it.
this? What's this?
Yeah, I
News
tried to
article?
pause and read some of this, but I wasn't really putting it together myself.
I guess articles about
Armand?
him. Yeah, maybe. He said that like your daughter who just brought home a shitty boyfriend who she know is trash and you know is trash. And you're
Yeah.
like, really, girl?
It's
And
not
he's like,
believable.
this is the love of my life. Girl, you just met him. You sound like
Yeah, there
Uncle
was
Fro.
no, it's not like because I feel like if he would have said that to Lestat, he would have probably looked over at Lestat, like gave him a look or something, some kind of something to show us a connection. And he was convincing himself.
And yes, Nova, that is the actor that played Grey Worm. And it just feels like
Hmm.
I honestly, after watching this whole season and watching Daniel and Louis, cross this whole interaction feels like Louis got beef with Daniel to me about something. Like it just always this undertone of Louis stunting in Daniel face for some reason. Like why it just like the whole time you're eating all these meals, you're constantly eating, you're eating all this shit in front of me. Like you made this like dessert that I mentioned that I love to eat with my late wife or
Mhm.
whatever or whoever. And then you like sitting here basically vampire fucking your boyfriend in front of me because you're feeding on your vampire boyfriend, which for y'all that's like a
Pretty
thing.
intimate. Yeah.
Yeah, and you just wanted to do that right across from the table from me while maintaining eye contact. Like, what's
Because that's the thing, like I don't know. It could be. It could be. I know that their last exchange was them having the interview and not going the best, and all of a sudden Daniel was kind of, I think he was kind of egging towards getting the gift, being turned
yeah,
into a vampire or whatever, because he didn't think Louis was really taking advantage of it or doing it properly. Um,
right.
and then they had that exchange where he was pretty much about to kill him, and then that's when Armand exposed that he was the one that stopped him from actually killing him. So when he showed back up to do this interview originally, it looked like Louis had a lot of regret for the situation and a lot of
Right. I mean, it came like
remorse
he
for it.
started off with this like humble, like I want to humbly,
But
sorry,
I think that goes to his point, because in Daniel's eyes, he was, a slob. He was living in X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like it
Yeah.
could be a thing where he's trying to make it seem, I am so much, better now. I live in this blah blah blah.
And why do you care if Daniel sees it?
Because I
That's
think
my
he
whole
wants
thing.
him to
Like,
take his story a little better than he did the last time, because he didn't think it was a good story at all.
his best self.
Well, not Louis, but Daniel himself. He didn't think it was a good story.
Yeah, because he wasn't like really being like truthful with
Oh,
him.
yeah.
I mean, I guess feels like it's weird to me.
It's
Like if
it's
I sit
false all
across
the
from
way around.
somebody, yeah, like if they had the energy that Louis has had this whole time towards Daniel, I'd be like, girl, wait, are you like what? It feels like sexual tension to me. I don't know.
I mean, it could be that too. They were about to get, if they would have never did this interview, they would have fucked that night.
But did it sound like, did they not ever?
They definitely, I feel like the intention was to get picked up. He was like, we could do the interview in addition to whatever they were going to do. That was the vibe I got.
So for all we know, they could have possibly did it too.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he was over there salivating over Arnaud at a certain point.
Was he?
Yeah, because Louis was reading his mind and he called him out on it. He told him all of his weight and everything. He was like, "Oh, what else you want to know?" Blah blah blah. I don't know if he said 6 inches, but he was like, "I can take that too."
Oh my gosh, I didn't even pick up on it. So yeah, it's weird. I don't know. It just feels like it feels like at some point he could just come across the table and jump Daniel's bones. Like it really feel like there's sexual tension. Maybe it's just Jacob Anderson. He just got sexual tension with everybody. But that's what it feels like. So overall, I really enjoyed the season finale. So what did you give it?
I would give it, I'm not gonna lie, this episode out of any episodes did elicit some negative feelings, because I just didn't like the way some things happened. So I honestly would give it like an 8 out of 10.
Okay, that's good.
I give it like if I had to be critical, I guess I would say 7.5, but I'm gonna rest on 8.
Oh, I know you're not gonna do it.
I'm gonna rest on 8.
Nova said, "Hey Nova, thanks for stopping by." You said 8. Yeah, I mean,
because there was just some stuff I did not like, and then this ending.
I mean, that's a complete story this season for me. Is it a 10 out of 10? I'm really trying to decide.
You didn't ask me that.
I know. I was just thinking, because then I was like, is this episode by itself? I mean, as a standalone, I love the heist. I love a good heist plot. So I think for me, just seeing the heist and the plan come is great for me. So I don't know. Maybe I would give it at 8.5. I just hate Louis so much. I think it blinds me sometimes. But what do you give this season, the series so far? That you disappeared.
I give the whole season, I can't even lie. Even with that score for this last episode, I give the whole season a 10 out of 10. I've been so obsessed with this show and the writing and the way it's been messing with my emotions, playing with my expectations, legitimately getting me to
Nova hates your vampire potato.
I love it. I'm sorry. I can't stop doing
Why are you a vampire potato? I'm sorry.
Because this was, I mean, in my opinion, it's one of the best filters.
I don't know. I could definitely live another lifetime not seeing it. Again ever. But yeah, I feel, I mean, this is 10 out of 10. I'm gonna just go ahead and give it. I'm like that professor that never gives a perfect score.
Right. I want to be like that.
Yeah, but I think if anything was gonna get it, this should get it. Anything else about Interview with the Vampire before we head out? I hate Louis. I think I'm gonna go on a whole Twitter hate speech.
I love Claudia for stomping out Antoinette. Claudia's MVP of this episode to me. Louis is a sandal ass nigga, flip flop ass nigga.
Wow.
That's in my notes. You can't see it, but that's in my notes.
He the worst.
My bitch recorded this man's last words in his own blood. But
how was it still red though?
Right. I mean, you never, maybe blood,
on the
vampire
paper.
blood stay bright. I don't know. That was fresh too.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I
Ooh,
asked how historically accurate is them laces on these wigs. That was one of the
you
things I wrote in capital
that's so
letters.
petty. I have a conspiracy theory, but it's probably wrong. I was like, maybe that letter that Claudia wrote in his own blood wasn't from Claudia.
What you mean?
Somebody else wrote it more recently.
Oh, just to, and you know what's
Hmm.
bad? I can't argue that because we don't know if what we seen is real. That's why I
And
don't
I
like
feel
that.
like in the interview with the vampire movie, Armand shows up, but I can't remember what he does.
I can't remember either. I'll have to go back and watch it.
I'm gonna have to go back and because Antonio Banderas was Armand in the movie, and I can't
I
remember
forgot
exactly.
about that.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what role he actually played. So I'm gonna have to. That's probably
I gotta go watch
the
it now.
only amount of spoiler that I'm willing to go into. I'll go back and look at the old movie and see what happened because they're changing some stuff. And I started Queen of the Damned, but I feel like I've seen it a long time ago, but I can't get with the Lestat in there. I just can't. I cannot.
Especially after seeing this one. I told you that. Don't nobody be worried about the Queen of the Damn Lestat.
But
That's
it's canon, so I was like, oh, I want to see, what's going on.
absolutely.
And but
But we
I couldn't
comparing.
make it. I couldn't make it past him as a rock star and like his crawling on the wall. Like there was this one scene where he crawls up on the ceiling or whatever and jumps down on
Mm-hmm.
the girls, and I was like, Sam Reed would murder
Wouldn't
this.
he would do
I
so
mean,
much
he
better.
would crawl up the wall with such, you know, drip that it would just
If
be.
only he had this reference to inform how he played that role, it probably would have been so much different.
They shouldn't have cast him at all. He wasn't cute, and Aaliyah definitely wouldn't have been fiending for his little ass. So I don't know.
I'm
I'm
gonna
just
just
saying.
I'm gonna just
Oh, I wonder who's gonna play Akasha.
who do you think? Who would you want?
They're like
Dream
recasting
casting.
they're recasting everybody with different races. So I don't know, cause like
I would still want her to be a little chocolate.
black.
Yeah.
You want her to be black?
I would get let's see. Let me think about it for a second.
Normani.
No. No. I could see a like a Lupita.
Lupita.
I would like to see a
Hmm.
Lupita play a seductive, like a evil role like that. I would like to see that. What when they say, I would like to see it.
I'm like, cause you got to think about somebody who would have the acting chops, but
Oh
also
yeah,
know
because you
that
have to. You
they're
can't come
gonna.
in. If anybody comes into the show and they aren't acting, oh, you're gonna stand out like a sore thumb. And I think they
But then
understand
you
that.
can't. They don't have super big names in this,
I
so it couldn't
mean,
be
they
Lupita.
got
She would be
recognizable
too big.
faces.
Who?
I mean, Louis.
That's it.
I mean, but it don't take me out. I
So they
like
would need to
he
be
might
on
as
Louis.
well.
They would need to be like Louis or lower. You want to give him a Sunday?
No. Let me think. Let me think.
You know what? Let's see. She might be able to do it.
She could. She might be able to. I just heard. I mean,
She a
let me
little
not
too.
judge her
Yeah,
off of
she
one
not.
role.
She's not very like though. She's not very.
I need like commanding. I need really commanding.
Halle
I really
Bailey,
want that same type of seduct. Who?
Chloe Bailey.
No, no. That's gonna pull me out of it. Um.
Um, they're gonna have
Hmm.
to find a new person because there's nobody that's kind of in the tier that we're talking about I that comes to mind. Not even from shows like unless the girl who played what's her name, who had 3 actors got burnt up. She Dracarys herself because she couldn't have a baby.
Oh, Lena.
Yeah, old Lena, not old Elena. Maybe she got the acting
Yeah,
chops
maybe
too. I don't
old
know.
Lena. I'm mad. We just straight up just casting off of Game of Thrones.
Because they're gonna have to be they be in these circles.
Zendaya.
Because like all Sam Reed really did before that, he has a show in Australia, like some newscaster show, and he does like period pieces. So it's like they gonna come from a period piece. Oh, unless they get that chick who played in. You remember? Did you watch Loki?
Some of it. I didn't finish it all. Oh, I know who you're talking about though. I think I know who you're talking about.
The lady with the curly hair, because she played in Bill with Sam Reed. She cute. She could do
it. Is that Woomy?
Is that her name? What? How did you find her? What she played in?
Loki. Excuse me.
Yeah, her. She a little short. She got a curly hair. She does commanding.
I don't know. It's just hard.
Her and Sam Reed have chemistry.
I just see nothing but Aaliyah.
Well, her and Sam Reed has chemistry, and she can do commanding too.
Let me look up Aaliyah lookalikes.
We don't need ain't no Aaliyah lookalike. I said who? Okay, Sierra could do it. Why you do that? Why? Y'all gonna put some respect on Sierra's name. Sierra could do it.
I would get LaToya Luckett over Sierra.
Cause she could do the belly rolls. She could do that, and she gonna be doing some little belly dancing. Yeah.
Listen, I know we took a shot with Aaliyah and it paid off, but didn't Leah already have Romeo Must Die? So she had some credits already. Sierra got goodies.
Okay, Beyonce.
No, unfortunately, no. And don't nobody clip this and take this as Beyonce hate. And because I love Cadillac Records, I love Dreamgirls. I know the songs to all of these, but maybe not right now. I'm gonna stick with Lupita. I kind of like it.
She's too big. She's not gonna be on this show. They're gonna have to get the girl who played in Bill. They're gonna get her. She has good chemistry with Sam Reed. She can do commanding. She'll look cute with some little vampire eyes.
She would.
She'd be cute. She'd be cute.
Who was the Navi?
Zoe Saldana? Zoe Saldana? No. I mean, she might. I just don't fuck with her after doing blackface.
Oh yeah, I don't really fuck with her like that, but still.
She got a movie out. I think she's too old though.
Let me see.
She look a little. She not old, but I don't know.
I ain't seen her in years.
She got a little show out on Netflix.
Oh, I'm looking at her now though. Actually, you put it in the right contacts. Give her a little.
She might though. She might be able to do. She might. But I feel like that's too.
I fully agree with that. I don't think she would happen.
Yeah, because I was like, it seems Zoe Saldana joins the cast of Vamp. Like that just feels off to me.
Yeah, but she's really beautiful though. Like that's another thing. Like I feel like she gonna need to like make me gasp when she come on screen, because that's what Aaliyah did for me. Like she really gotta do something.
I actually hope they get like a darker or brown skinned girl. We got a lot of light skinned people, and that's cool because we was in New Orleans and we was doing the Creole thing. Mm-hmm. But if they are gonna cast a black person, I would like to see a person who's brown, like medium brown or darker.
I want her beauty to be other. That's why I say somebody like Lupita, because I feel like with the right makeup and contacts, her beauty feels otherworldly sometimes, and that's.
But she ain't coming on. That's too much. That's too much.
She ain't gonna do it, but that's what I want to see.
She gonna eat up the budget. She gonna eat up the budget, and then the background's gonna be like Bleach. Because we are not gonna have our maximalist cabin like we have in this show, or maximalist house that they live in.
I'm about to hold on.
Oh no! I was gonna say.
I want something that looks like this coming through as my girl.
That could work. So you want her to be like dark?
Yeah, I do. I want it to be striking.
That's cute. That could work actually.
Yeah.
All right, so this was cool. I'm on a semi-mid vacation until another week. So next week will be the first official Otaku Talk real show where we talk about anime again, and then I'll be on my road after that. So until then, I don't know. I'll be on here when I feel like it, and when I don't, I won't. So that's gonna be it. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, and don't forget to keep it cute. Bye.